And so you can rent boats, right? Is that right?
That's the most popular thing for people to do, is to rent boats and go out on the lake.
Okay.
And so this is really the hub, because we're primarily a recreational lake. While the springs are interesting with the history, most people are here to go out and weather. And so when you came in from the bottom of the T, and you're kind of here. Well, we're at the top of the T here at the Marina. We went down the right side to the springs. The trail's up the left side, so it's basically a big kayak rental or a pontoon boat. What we're going to go do, or they bring their own boats. You can see people launching boats here. Hey guys, how are y'all? So we rent pontoon boats, the red boats you see there. We also have, of course, paddle boats, canoes, as well. Most of the boats you see here at the Marina are privately owned. We provide slip rental, places for people to store their boats, but we do rent a wide range of boats.
You rent the little tiny boats too?
Yeah, we have some what are called John boats or fishing boats. Yep. And those are pretty inexpensive, around $100 a day.
That's not bad. Yeah.
We have these 26 footers which hold about 10 people, and then we have smaller, like 6 to 5 or 6 people. If you're doing a smaller boat, these 22 footers. Well, this is what people assume we do all day, but actually, we have a lot.
A ton of administrative stuff.
Well, yeah, it's a small city, so you're like the mayor of the city.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I have a wastewater system. I have fire systems. I have law enforcement. I have resale operations. These are our flat bottoms.
Oh, those are cool. Yeah, that's probably what we'll do one day. Let's get a little John boat. Oh my gosh, this is beautiful.
So we have 2 tour boats. This is our 50-passenger boat here. We can take about 40 actually. 45.
Wow.
On. And then we have a 20-passenger boat here.
What do you think, Luffy?
Well, welcome to Lake Ouachita State Park. Again, my name is James Wilburn. I'm the park superintendent. On behalf of the Arkansas State Park System, we want to welcome you to Arkansas's largest lake. And today we're going to go out on the lake. We're going to talk about the history, geology, wildlife, recreation, all the different unique things that you can find here at Lake Ouachita. We're leaving the park marina. Here at the marina, we rent a wide range of party barges, fishing boats, canoes, kayaks, lots of different ways to get out on the lake. And you're going to see some cool coves and inlets and all sorts of cool stuff on the water today. And so getting out on the water is fun. So after today, you may want to come back and rent a boat and go out on your own.
Yeah, and there's lots of options for the boat. You've got the party boats that, one seats up to 5, one seats up to 12, right? Is that right?
Yeah, or 6 or 7, I think. Or I don't remember exactly on the smaller ones. I think up to 6 or so, and then the bigger ones up to like 10.
Okay,
and so sometimes you get a family together or something, and you get to go out here. And we're going to see some islands. We're going to see some coves. A day, just spending the day boating on Lake Ouachita is just, memorable in so many different levels. And so on. And of course, we just came from Three Sister Springs in the back of the park here near the Spring Beach area. And then we have camping. We have roughly 100 campsites here, very popular. Some are right on the water, like here in Area B and C. Some people like Area A, which is our largest area on the south side of the park. You can see a large mountain range off in the distance there. That's Hickory Nut Mountain. The lake still goes 6 miles to the other side of that mountain range. And so it's 30, there's so much to see and do here on the lake. One of the other cool things about the lake that makes it unique and special is the fact that it is surrounded by the Ouachita National Forest. Roughly 1.6 million acres of national forest surround the lake. It's a mixed hardwood forest. We're looking at shortleaf pine, mockernut hickory, red and white oak in your upper canopies. In your lower canopy, you have dogwood and elm and hornbeam, things like that. And then down on the ground cover, you have everything from blueberry and huckleberry, blackberry, so lots of different types of vegetation surround the lake, and make it a unique ecosystem with lots of wildlife such as deer and black bear and fox and coyotes and raccoons. Raccoons get into everything, so lots of different types of wildlife. Even on the lake here, we have beavers and otters. We have lots of beavers because we built kind of bigger and better dams than they do, and so they appreciate that, but they can find the sweet gum and other softer woods along the lake shore. We see otters sometimes on cloudy days like today. You'll see some otters moving around because they get a little confused. Yeah, they like that. They're mostly nocturnal, so they come around sunset. You'll see otters. You can camp here along the shoreline. You really can't normally do that at other state parks like the Gray or Bull Shoals, really Corps Park. The Corps of Engineers, which are the Department of Defense, typically require you to camp in designated areas like a designated campground and so on. But the Forest Service that surrounds the lake allows you to do diverse camping within their land for up to 2 weeks. As long as you don't stay more than 2 weeks, you keep your site relatively clean and neat, and you don't, kind of put up a permanent structure like a house or a condo.
2 weeks, wow.
And so people at this lake, what they were doing is they would come in, and the Army only owns to 610 elevation, 610 feet above sea level. And right now we're at about 575 feet above sea level. So if you were to go up, go above the water level about 35 feet, draw an imaginary line around the shore, then you would leave Forest Service or Army land and you would move on to Forest Service land. So people would just pull their canoe up, walk 100 feet inside the tree line, and they're on Forest Service.
Wow.
So the Army said, we're not going to worry about whether you're on our land or their land. Clearly, we know typically you're on our land, but we're just going to look the other way. So only at this lake can you do that. You can't do this at the Gray or, like I said, any other lake. So people love the fact that they come out here and camp along the islands or along the shoreline, and the Corps allows them to do that. And that's one of the most unique experiences that you can have here at the lake, is to be able to go out and do that. And there's no fee, because like I said, technically the Corps wants you to camp in designated areas. So this technically you're not really camping legally, so there's no fee to come out here or registration or anything like that.
Wow, so you just pull out your boat, you can camp and just hang out for 2 weeks.
As long as you follow those basic rules, keep it clean and neat, pack in, pack out, follow leave no trace principles, and try to preserve the area. Yeah.
Wow. Is that only in Arkansas, or is that in like the whole nation? This is the only lake you can do that.
I don't know if they apply that anywhere else. And like I said, it's only here, and it's only because of the unique overlapping of federal agencies. In other words, you have Forest Service and Corps land so close together and overlapping that they allow that. They would not. I don't know that they would allow it everywhere. It's just here.
Just here.
I don't know of anywhere else that I've heard of that they do that.
No.
And so there's houseboats. People rent houseboats to come out here. There's people that camp on the islands and for the summer or whatever.
Wow.
So it's very, very, very popular activity. We do overnight kayaking trips for the state park. We lead people, we guide them out and camp overnight on weekends, on a weekend in the fall and spring, and then come back.
Wow. Okay. Well, great. People need to use it more. There's nobody out.
This is called Zebra Rock. It's the third stop on the geological float trail that's put out by the Army Corps of Engineers. The yellow buoy that you see here represents that geo float trail, and you can follow a prescribed course around the lake to look at the different geological formations. This is all sandstone. It was formed millions of years ago, and this rock gets its name from the white veins that you see stripe it, which are part of the quartz that are in the area. There are lots of quartz crystals and quartz mines found throughout this area. But sandstone is the dominant rock. It feels just like sandpaper, and so as we move around and look at different sections of the lake, you'll see sandstone, some milk quartz in it, and you feel it feels just like sandpaper there. The other rock, we're going to stop on an island in a little bit, and we'll see a lot of shell. Shell are the thin, flat rocks that we have in the area. But what's interesting about the shell, you have these little graptolites, which are small fossils that are found within the embedded.
Wow.
So basically, that's mud that's been put under pressure millions of years ago. And so it's formed this very nice, thin, flat rock. Probably the most entertaining rock because people like to skip them across the water and so on. But where there's an air pocket and this milk quartz is allowed to crystallize, you'll get some quartz crystals. These are found throughout the area and were first mined for electronics. Quartz were used for a variety of electronics, like quartz. You see quartz on your watch, things like that.
Yeah.
Today they're more decorative and that sort of stuff. And the size of the crystal, the clarity of the crystal, the condition, all of those things come into play. And there's several crystal mines in the area. But where there's an air pocket, then those form kind of help. What people like about the geology is that the layers and layers of sandstone that were piled one on top of the other were eventually pushed forward to form kind of a bow or a wave, if you will. And so this fell over on top. And so now this top layer has eroded away. And so you have old rock on top of young rock. And they think that's pretty cool that when you dig a hole, the younger the rock gets, the deeper you get. So, which is kind of interesting. But these are called overturned anticlines. Lots of different types of geology in the area that's pretty fascinating for a lot of folks.
Somebody's probably camping.
Oh yeah.
I could come out and swim and find an island to enjoy. This is one I call Crawdad Island, but there's a lot of different names for it because it's a small island.
Where would you say the best island is? Give us all the secrets.
Well, there's lots of great islands. Out toward the middle of the lake, there's an island called Hotel Island.
Hotel Island.
Yeah,
okay.
and it's in the middle of the lake. It's really big, got lots and lots of stuff on it. Lots of beaches and things like that. So,
But if you're wanting private, this is probably one of the best ones, Crawdad Island?
Yes, or? The general rule of thumb, though, is if someone's on an island, because there's so many different beaches and islands, is you just give them their space. You know,
sure,
you
of course.
Different area and so on. But this one's popular because it's got these nice shell beaches. You want to be courteous. You don't want to intrude on people, and they're fine. Yeah. So we'll go out there and let y'all take a few pictures.
Okay.
Rocks.
But here is the other duck, right?
There is another dog, yeah. So we need to keep him on the leash.
Okay.
Yeah, their dog's not on a leash, so he may join us. But
oh man,
yes,
this reminds me when I was a kid.
Skipping rocks. What you want is you want to find one that's got a little weight to it.
Liffy, no.
Get it kind of low to the water.
Oh, he got 5.
Yeah.
They don't have to be really big. They can be kind of small.
Yeah, that's probably a good one.
You want it a little flat, but not too bad. And you want a little weight to it, and then you just get it low to the water.
Wow, I don't know if I can.
You got it.
Let's see.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, you got one.
Now, if you can't skip very well, you can get a nice thin one.
Uh-huh.
You throw it vertically, and if it goes straight in and doesn't make a big splash, that overrotates it. But you go straight in, sometimes no split.
Wow. 2.
There we go.
Oh, babe, he's got it.
here it drops off about 100 feet down, and so a lot of open water dive groups will come out here and do diving.
Yeah.
And stuff. The old river channel comes along this side here and goes just over that hilltop there toward the dam that forms the lake. The dam itself is an earthen-based dam. It's not
a concrete dam. It feeds from the bottom. Actually,
You're talking about Lively, Blake Lively, right?
Blakely Dam.